Good afternoon. Welcome to our home buyer seminar. I'm Bill Gross, along with my colleague
It's Patricia.Castillo.
and our good friend and lender partner.
Gustavo
Gustavo.
Segura. How you guys doing?
Yeah, esto es el tiempo para usted hablar, porfa, en inglés. ¿Está bien?
Yes.
And we do this home buyer seminar every Wednesday at 5 p.m. in English. We don't do it in Spanish, but some of us speaks in Spanish, so we do that for fun. And I'd like to tease Gustavo. But we get together and talk about all things related to buying homes, whether it be trading up or first-time home buyers. Financing is a big topic. And speaking of financing, how about those interest rates, Gustavo?
Yeah. I mean,
That's your cue to respond.
the last week or so. Yeah. Wait, am I on mute? Can
You
you guys
No?
hear me
were.
okay? Can you guys hear me
No,
okay?
you were kind of coming in and out for a second there.
Oh, okay. I hope you guys can hear me now. And yeah, I mean, the interest rates have been the last week going up, so we expected better performance with the CPI report that came out yesterday. It was a great report. The inflation reports came down, but yet it didn't move the rates that much. Today we had the the Fed's announcing that they were not going to raise the Fed fund rate anymore, but we still didn't get a lot of movement on it. Maybe a slight change, but it hasn't really dropped that much. Yeah, there you go.
Hanging at 6.97. I've been watching it all day. It was 6.9, 6.94, 6.98. Just hanging there right below 7%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exciting.
Yeah.
So what does that
So
do?
we didn't get a
What does
lot
that
of
mean to
big
a home buyer?
movement, even though we had good news.
So what's that mean then to a home buyer?
So we didn't get a lot of movement, even though we got some good news. Oh, can you guys hear me okay?
It sounds like you can't hear us. Actually, I think we hear you fine. So what does that mean to a home buyer?
So there's something else that as a home buyer you need to look at too, which is the home values. What's happening to home values and what's happening in that market? Because yes, rates are hanging in there, maybe coming down slowly as we move forward. But in the market, if we still continue to have that short inventory, there's still people that are going to qualify that are still going to buy. As the rate comes down, more people are going to go into it. So as a home buyer, you're definitely aware of where the rate's at, what your payment is at. And as you keep moving forward with it, you may have to start competing with more and more offers because of the inventory. So yes, the rate is not where you want it to be, but it will get there month over month as we continue to come down.
Yeah, and I think you hit a good point, which is home values are staying pretty solid. This is a overview of the Los Angeles market done by Altus Research, a great research organization. And you can see the median list price is still going up, the price of listings is still going up. Dollar per square foot, or what you have to pay for a property, is going up continually, slowly, but still going up. And so overall, we still have a very solid market here in Los Angeles. It's different in other markets. It's different in Las Vegas and Phoenix and Austin. But in most cities around the country, and in particular Los Angeles, it's still tight inventory. Values are still good. And while the rates may have gone up a bit, housing prices are still inching back up again. And overall, buyers who it makes sense to buy property for, it's still a good opportunity for them to buy.
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, even even the land value in Los Angeles, city of Los Angeles, is holding steady price. There's listings that are basically tear downs that are close to 400,000. So this is more of land value, but just to give you an idea of where the market's at today, and those properties are still being sold. Because if you're wanting to, let's say, build an investment property, a rental near downtown LA, some people may think, well, what about the homeless crisis there? But people that work in downtown LA that are professionals and they commute to that area, they're going to be at work all day. They want to be closer to where they're working at and avoid that long commute, paying high gas prices. So even an investor will do well purchasing a tear down property that's located in Los Angeles, especially. This is always a prime area for investors and for buyers to want to live in.
Yep, definitely. No, I have one uninhabitable. We got a fence around it. Can't really show the property. Water turned off, and we had multiple offers on it. And the buyer who's buying it grew up in the area when she was probably much more modest. Didn't have much money. Has built a nice business. Wants to stay in kind of the Boyle Heights area near Keck USC. That area's done really well because of
Oh
all the
yeah.
jobs coming in the area. And she's going to knock it down and build a home on a beautiful lot in a beautiful area that's kind of infilling. Those lots in that area are kind of infilling a bit. And, you might look at it and say, well, who would build on that? The answer is, well, if you have the money, you can afford to do it. It's a desirable place to live, particularly if your business is near downtown, then the downtown areas can be very desirable. So,
Yeah, my daughter went to the Bravo Medical Magnet School that's right there in Boyle Heights, and there's so much construction. They actually just completed a huge project, housing near CAC USC, so near the hospital.
huge,
So
huge.
yeah,
Crazy what's going on around USC Keck. If you've not been by, I grew up in Los Angeles and in San Gabriel Valley. If you've not been by the county USC hospital, no, I'm sorry, it's not. Yeah, county USC, and where USC Keck is, as opposed to county USC, they're separate. If you haven't been by there, you wouldn't recognize it. It is like a university campus, but it's
Yeah.
all medical. So you have high-paid doctors, nurses, specialists, vendors, student housing being built, and they just can't build stuff fast enough in that area. It's crazy.
it's a really busy area, and so it's getting cleaned up a lot as well. Hazard Park is not too far from there, and it was kind of a dive for a while, but it's getting cleaned up so much. They even do a mini farmers market right outside of the
Oh.
hospital on the corner of CAC. So it's really nice because even the employees can go there and buy stuff.
Hey, I'm late in saying this, but I see people watching us. We live stream this on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, on my accounts, Patricia's accounts. If you're watching live, feel free to put comments or questions in the chat box, and we'll catch them live in English or Spanish, porque yo hablo español, y necesito traducir para Gustavo o Patricia y me pueda. So put your comments in the chat box. If we catch them afterwards, either I'll answer them or pass them on to Patricia or Gustavo as appropriate. So we'd love to have you guys participate. How about that Spanish, huh? Pretty good for a gringo?
I think it's definitely getting better. Yeah.
I think so.
Very good. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. My best Spanish is sitting in El Cholo, actually, in the bar. But there I'm a master of Spanish. I could order margaritas and nachos and flirt with the pretty Latina girls in Spanish effectively there. So. Okay, so what else is going on? What's new? What's the haps? What's the news in the market for you guys, Gustavo?
Yeah, well,
Gustav's having-
as I mentioned, the reports between yesterday on the CPI and today, it's all good news. Inflation is coming down. That was from 4.9 to 4%. The goal is to get in the twos. The wholesale report as well on products being produced, that's a lot lower. So overall, we should start to see these rates come down as we go month over month. What's happening is there's just a lot of other moving parts here that are just job market, the debt ceiling, the markets overseas, all these other things are just keeping the rate from coming straight down. And what I mean that is being able to come down into the sixes, stay there, maybe even tease going into the fives, right? But I think overall, if you're a buyer right now, stay your course, you're qualified, keep looking around, look for that property. You're going to be better off when you refinance in a year or two, but you're not going to be able to find maybe that perfect property that you can right now.
Great, Patricia. What's going on in the market? What do you have to say? What's the message you want to get across to people who are thinking of buying a property or looking to buy a property?
Well, we recently pre-qualified one of our viewers, and they were surprised, that they qualify to purchase right now. So, and they're looking in the area of Fontana. So it's a good time to just look at what you qualify for so we can explain what the closing costs are going to be, how much money you're going to need to actually put down as a down payment. And that's also going to determine, upon your qualification, if you're qualified for an FHA loan or if you're using a VA benefit. So there's different scenarios that would possibly qualify someone in today's market, even though you might think, well, the rates are a little higher. I'm probably just going to wait. So you definitely want to still see what you qualify for, because you may be surprised, just like one of our recent viewers that was surprised, and they're going to be starting to in the position to look at properties. So we can get you there. It's something that we need to look at and discuss with you privately, one-on-one. So it's really important to know what especially with like homeowners insurance, that's something that might be changing. Maybe you have, had a quote from a few months ago that as far as looking at properties, but that's something that you definitely want to get an update on. So there's things like that we will touch on and remind, our buyers of things that you want to get updated so that it'll be a true, accurate cost of what your down payment's going to look like and your monthly payments as well. Sure that it's something affordable. But it's always a good time just to take a look.
Can't hurt.
Yeah, no, definitely. And one more thing to add to that, I get a lot of questions too about first-time homebuyer programs, or sometimes down payment assistance programs, and they're great programs. There's a pro and con to it. So definitely, ask, reach out. A lot of times, some people think that they need still 20% down, or they need a big down payment. You only need a 3% down. What is a down payment assistance program? There's no free money there. So what does that mean? Does that mean that you're going to get a higher interest rate when you're in that loan? Can you refinance? As soon as you refinance, do you have to pay it back? So there's all these questions that I've been answering here over the last 2 weeks that I think it's something that people should be aware of as well. It sounds great when you hear it on the radio. They're going to give you money for your down payment, right? You're going to be able to get your home. But what does the fine print say? What does that mean? So definitely read and ask.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, in my comment today is, we're in the business of solving problems. When you get into buying a property, it sounds exciting. You get the contract, you think it's over because you found it and the offer is accepted, but that's really when the work starts. And there's paperwork, legal work, questions, fees. That's why you need to have a strong team to support you. That's what I'm here to help you with. And Patricia and Gustavo is here to help you with as well. So just know that that's the process. But that's the process people go through to buy houses today. That's to protect you as a buyer and protect us as well as participants. And we roll up our sleeves and we get that job done. So I think thank you for being on the call today. Again, this is live streamed on to Facebook, YouTube. If you have questions after the fact, I didn't see any questions today, but love to have you participate. Put a question in the chat box. Patricia and I will get back to you, or Gustavo. And we appreciate you. We do this every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Any last words, Patricia, Gustavo?
I was just going to mention, I do have a fixer property in single family in the Palmdale area on the west side. So if anybody is looking for or knows of somebody that might be interested in possibly purchasing, give me a call. Love to give you more information about it and get you in there to see it if you're interested.
Fantastic. Love to have you help get that home sold. Gustavo helped me sell my listing. We're in escrow trying to get that one locked up. And so we're a team here working together to help you get the results you want. So thanks so much, everybody. We'll see you again next week.
Okay, bye.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.